Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV, and in this video we're going to talk about the flagship race suit from agv-sport. It's called the Laguna. It's basically a ton of features, a ton of functionality for a $1,000 price point. It comes in 4 colors. You can have the white, which I'm showing here, you have a black, you have a red, you also have a blue. Now this suit has been around for, at this point, just over 6 months. We've spent some time with it and we've been really impressed with the level of technicality and engineering that they've built into a suit that from some other manufacturers you'd probably see in that $1,500 plus price point. First thing I want to talk about, especially knowing that here at RevZilla, we're headquartered in the Northeast, so when we're hitting the track, it's usually terribly sticky, terribly humid, terribly hot. The nice part about this suit is it's perf everywhere, a ton of ventilation. So take a look at the front here. You're going to have perforation that goes all the way down the arms. You have full perforation that comes down the main construction of the body. You also have augmented punctuation, and that's a different scheme that runs along some of the sides and some of the accent areas. As we continue to move down here, you're going to see it on the front of the thighs, front of the legs, as well as all the way down the knee into the shin area. It's going to flow a ton of air. So notice on the back here, we have more perforation that goes across the top of the shoulder, and you're also going to have this great hump for ventilation. That kind of leads us to the next piece here, which is a GP-style hump. Perforation across the top creates a big air scoop that also aids in the aerodynamics of this guy. It's going to have a rubberized slider on the outside for protection, and you also have an exhaust port at the bottom. So what's the hump going to do? It's going to pull air in, it's going to suck heat away from your body and exhaust out the back. Come back around front for me, Patrick. I want to also talk about 3 other things with regard to ventilation in this guy. The first thing is going to be this rubberized scoop on the top of the shoulder. You're also going to have that on both sides. You're also going to have it under the arm. Again, it's going to dam air, it's going to pull it into the suit and add to the ventilation within the suit itself. You're also going to have Pteramid, and Pteramid is going to be a stretch panel on the inside of the arm. You're going to have it starting in the crotch and going down, and then on the back of the leg you also have a lighter weight reinforced nylon, and all of these are going to allow for stretch but also pull air into the suit, allow your body to breathe. Our biggest gripe is when manufacturers make suits that don't come in a perf option. In the Northeast, even in the mild spring, it just gets too hot on the track. Moving into the protection factor here. You're talking about a 1.2 to 1.4 millimeter cowhide suit. You're also going to have CE armor that's going to be dual density in the shoulder as well as the elbows as well as the knees. Now your elbow armor is GP style, so it's a full elbow cup that goes to the forearm, and on the knee you're going to have a full knee cup that goes all the way down the shin. This is really this is the type of armor you're going to be looking for if you're doing a track day or if you're racing. There's a whole level of protection, much more so than what you would need on the street that you're going to need for the track. On the shoulder at $1,000, this is the only suit we have that's going to have a hard part titanium slider. So we like to call this a co-injected shoulder armor. So you'd have your internal CE armor, you're going to have your externally exposed titanium slider, and along with the type of protection that's externally visible and internal, you also have to think about the abrasion resistance of cowhide as well as the way that it's put together. Seams are typically the weak point. Seam failure is what you don't want at 100 miles an hour when you hit the asphalt on the track. So there's actually 3 types of stitching on this suit. They're all different types of agv-sport stitching in the Laguna, but in the impact areas or areas that are prone to hitting the ground first, you're actually going to have they call it the multi-triple stitch, and that's going to be the type of stitching that's going to give you the best chance at not splitting. It's YKK zippers throughout. Notice here at the cuffs you have a lot of nice nuances and details. You're going to have neoprene for stretch, for wicking, and for comfort. It's going to guard against chafing. If this was just basic leather, it wouldn't be as comfortable. You have auto-locking zippers, so it's a YKK auto-locking zipper. You see this in a lot of other top-end brands. So if I'm pulling it like this, it's not going to open. I flip it down, and it opens right up. And notice that there's a flap behind that. It's leather-backed as well. Look at the fit of this guy. Patrick is 5'9", 165. He's a 39-inch chest. What size? You were in a 52, correct? 52. So this is the race fit Laguna. So it's 52. It's going to fit a little bit small. I think it fits more along the lines of something like a Dainese, where in some of the more American cut or sometimes in Alpine Stars, Patrick would be a 50. He's up to a 52 in this guy. That means I'm going to be about a 54, which is a bit of a size up from what I normally wear. Fit's very ergonomic, it's race fit, it's very articulated, but it also is very comfortable. You have a lot of articulation here and a lot of elasticated panels. Notice on the front, you're going to have an elasticated panel that starts from the outside of the pec and goes all the way down underneath the lat. Turn to the side, face that way for me. Elastication on the back of the elbows when you're in the race position. You have elastication on the shoulder blade. Put your arm up for me. Notice this double panel. A lot of times in suits around the $1,000 price point, you're going to see a minor amount of elastication. It's very expensive to sew in elastication that's going to be sewed in properly and not weaken the impact points on the suit. They've spent the time, spent the R&D, they've built it in, and they've done it in a manner that's going to make for a very ergonomic suit. Spin backwards for me, Patrick. Notice a major elasticated panel across the lower back and in the seat. So again, when you're in the race position, this is meant for a very aggressive track or race riding position. You're going to have a lot of flexibility. The suit's not going to be pulling you all over the place. It's going to allow you to flex. It's going to allow you to move in an active riding condition. Also, I talked about neoprene on the sleeves. You also have the neoprene collar. That's full neoprene in the back. You have a little bit more of a panel here. Neoprene does two things. It's very comfortable, creates a tight seal against the skin, and it's going to keep from chafing, but it's also wicking. So as you sweat, as you're undoubtedly going to sweat in this suit as you're on the track in warmer climates, you're going to have this neoprene that's going to soak the sweat away from you, not going to sit against your body and keep you from chafing. Moving down the back here, you're going to notice a lot of very cool silk screening. The graphics on this guy are pretty wild, pretty aggressive, but you also, if you come in here tightly, you're going to see there are a lot of temper foam panels that are sewn in. They look really cool, but there's a functional purpose there. They're going to be protective. Any additional padding that you have built into the suit, as long as it's in an area that's not getting in the way of your body, is giving you a better chance to stay protective in the situation of whether you're going to have a get-off from the bike on the track itself. Moving down the seat, you have reinforcement across the seat, and then I want to talk a little bit about the back of the legs. Notice that you're going to have your zipper that starts down at the bottom of the cuff. It's covered by these CD Vortice boots right now, but it comes up on the inside of the legs. It's not directly on the back of the calf. I'm actually a fan of that. I think it's more comfortable, and this is one of the other key points. A lot of times what you'll see is the same stretch material on the inside of the arms and in the crotch. They'll continue down the back of the legs. Now, while it might be a hair more protective, this reinforced nylon versus the Teramid is actually lighter weight, more flexible, and it's going to allow you to move. Your range of motion is going to be a little better. It'll be a little bit less constrictive. So you're trading some abrasion resistance for some of the ability to be more flexible and more active and have a wider range of motion on this guy. Spin back around for me, Patrick. Face the camera. Notice I talked about sewn-in details. I talked about temper foam. We also have these rubberized patches here that have perforation that are sewn in. It's a style element. Going into the knee, it's going to come with a full GP-style puck. Like I said, you have the CE armor that's going to go all the way down the shim built in, elasticated panels across the top of the knee. The liner of this suit is going to be a removable mesh liner that is going to be washable. They're expecting the type of rider who's going to buy this suit is going to be either racing or doing a lot of track days. When you're sweating that much, regardless of what you're sweating into, you need to be able to wash it, so the liner is going to completely come out of this suit and allow you the ability to get everything back to speed after a few track days, knowing that you're going to be being very active in hot weather conditions. So again, remember, with the Laguna suit from agv-sport, you're going to have a 5-year repair replacement warranty on this guy for normal wear and tear. If anything starts to come undone, give us a shout, give agv-sport a shout. They're going to take care of it very quickly. It's something they take very, very seriously. So remember, this suit at $1,000 is going to do a lot of things extremely well. There's a ton of value, a ton of bang for the buck here. It's articulated to be a very aggressive, high-level suit. This is going to go head-to-head with a lot of the other suits that we carry at RevZilla. They're probably going to start in that $1,500 price point. If you have any questions, shoot us a line. See us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. As always, it's over $39. We're going to ship it for free. If you get the wrong size, send it back to us. We'll do the first size exchange for free, and you're going to earn $30 back in Team Zilla cash towards this, or from this suit, to be applied to your next order as part of our loyalty program. Thanks for watching RevZilla TV today. Again, this is the agv-sport Pro Level Race Suit, Laguna Race Suit, available at RevZilla.com/agv-sport. We'll see you next time.